Here we are working on a very simple program for beginners. It involves nothing more than a squat and then a calf raise when Harriet remembers, which should be about now because, well, I didn't remember. And it also involves a push-up, and she does what's called a rolling push-up. So there's the calf raise. Notice her squat is very good. Her legs are going about parallel to the floor, legs meaning her quads. She's not just sitting down, she's pulling her legs up into her rib cage as well. So when you squat, try to be active about it. Don't just think of sitting, think of pulling yourself down with your hip flexors. So we've got this set up for 45 seconds of work and 15 seconds of rest. Set a timer if you need to, or just follow along. The goal is not to trap you in a box. The goal is just to get you moving and give you some simple ideas so that you're not overwhelmed with working out or getting back in shape. So this is a rolling push-up, and as she gets warmed up, you'll notice that her hips go back a little bit farther, and you'll notice that she'll start getting her forehead down to the floor. She'll be stretching out her shoulders and her chest and her lats and hamstrings. So this is a great movement because it moves almost every joint in your body. So you've got the spine, you've got elbows, you've got wrists, hips, knees. Your ankles are getting some nice dorsiflexion going on. And a lot of people are very stiff in their ankles like this. So this is a very good movement, especially for senior folks. So we don't count reps, we just do what feels comfortable, and especially if you're just starting a new program, you'll want to just set a timer. It might be 30 seconds of work and 30 seconds of rest, and you might only go through this 4 times. This program particularly is 10 minutes, so it is actually 5 rounds because we count the 2 exercises as 1 round. We're changing angles so that you can see how the human body moves. You can check to see yourself if she's doing anything which you consider incorrect, but also please note that as a beginner, you're not going to be doing things all that perfectly anyway. The goal is to move. The goal is not to move into pain. The goal is to listen to your body. If you want to get stronger faster, I would say leave at least 2 or 3 reps in the tank, meaning don't go to failure every single time. That is a training protocol that you can use later, but being a beginner is not the time to start beating the living hell out of yourself. So rolling push-ups, here we go. She'll be much more mobile on this round. If you notice, her head goes up as her hips go back, but also she looks at her belly button as soon as she possibly can. So head up, then she looks at her belly button, and she's trying to push her spine to the sky. And it's the same thing when her hips are going forward and she's moving toward the ground. The reason that we do this is it engages the abdominals a little bit more, and it just feels better all the way around. Also, when the hips go down, right about here, she's squeezing her butt cheeks tight, and tight there again, that's going to protect her lower back. So good stretching is going on here. The body is getting warmed up. So the cool thing about doing a program like this is this can be the workout, it can be the warm-up, it can be the cool down. Just depends on the speed that you do it and the time that you do it. So this is mobility-focused training, not just working out. Look at all the joints that we're moving. So more squats, calf raises. When she stands up tall, she tightens her belly button and she squeezes her butt cheeks and she pulls up her pelvic floor. So that's called a Kegel. Doing all of those together is going to increase a person's balance, and it's going to increase core strength pretty quickly. And that snort was my Chihuahua, if you heard it. She's 4 pounds of fury, and she's the master of the house. So good squats. Remember again, she's pulling with her hip flexors. She's not just sitting down. Chest stays up. Looking ahead or even looking up a little bit is going to help you keep your balance a little bit better than looking down at the floor, because where the head goes, the body follows. Nice little rest here. Here we go again, more rolling push-ups. Again, she lifts the head up and then she looks at her belly button. Butt cheeks tight, head comes up, butt cheeks tight. Getting a good stretch in the chest, in the shoulders, in the lats, probably in the stomach as well. Also, when she pushes her hips back, that's stretching out her butt muscles and her quads. So again, an excellent mobility exercise, not just for your joints, but for your muscles as well. Is it exciting? Absolutely not. Is it exciting to feel better? Absolutely. This is our goal for you. We like to do less better, a little bit more often. You can do this program throughout the day. Say do 1 round in the morning, 1 round at lunch, 1 round at dinner, 1 round before bed. As I stated earlier, it can be used to warm up, work out, or to cool down. So think of it accordingly. Squats to calf raises. Once again, belly button and butt cheeks tight. If you cannot squat without assistance, grab a big chair, do it by the kitchen table, the kitchen sink, do it by the wall. You have got to do you. Don't worry about what we're doing. You will get there. I stated in another video that an experiment was done in a nursing home, and people from their 70s all the way up to their 90s were given a 12-week exercise program, and everybody improved. And although the people in the 90s improved at a slower rate over a longer period of time, they made the same strength gains as the people in their 70s and 80s. And I do believe they use this on people in their 60s as well. More rolling push-ups. So, death of the hip flexor and the glute muscle is sitting in a chair. So sitting in itself is not evil, but since we are now a technological society, it seems that we sit more than we do anything else. Therefore, these muscles get loose, the glutes, and the hip flexors get tight. So the glutes or the butt muscles are called the sleeping giant, and the hip flexors are just called the hip flexors, but they're super, super tight. And how do I know this? Because I've got a super tight left hip flexor that is wreaking havoc on some of my movement skills. So you want to definitely stretch out the glutes, as you saw there. The hip flexor gets stretched there. Also, anything on a split kneeling position where one knee's on the floor and one foot's on the floor, and you just tuck your bottom and push your hips forward, is going to stretch those hip flexors. So here we are on the last round, squats. Notice we changed the angle again. And not every angle is going to be perfect for you to learn how to do the movements, but we want you to add all of the angles together in your brain and just know we're doing this to help you. We're doing this to make you better athletes, make it safer for you. See the calf raise, belly button, butt cheeks. She's pulling herself down with her hip flexors. So even though our hip flexors are tight, they're not very strong because they're not active. They're just in a tight position because we sit so much. And even if you work at a standing desk or a sit-stand desk, you need to do more than just stand for 30 minutes and then sit for 30 minutes and go back and forth. You need to get up every 45 or 50 minutes and take a walk around the office. These are the things that you need to keep yourself healthy. It's movement. We need lots of movement because remember, we don't stop moving because we grow old. We grow old because we stop moving. There's your lecture for the day from a guy that moves all the time. So here we are, the last round of rolling push-ups. Not getting a lot out of this because the angle is not beautiful, but at least you get to see her hair and ponytail pop up and down. So that's good enough for me. That makes me happy. How about you? Leave a comment for us to let us know what you want next. Let me know if I'm a goofball or not. Let me know how awesome you think Harriet is. Let me know how awesome you think you are, and whether this video helped you. So there she is, done, smiling gracefully. I hope she bows, because sometimes oh, there it is right there. So she bowed for all of you. She's putting herself on the line for you, as I am as well. So Scott with Senior Fitness HQ. We will see you next time.